Hey everyone, just a quick word before we get started on this beer review. If you're interested in purchasing any of these beers that you see on my channel, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you where you can purchase them at online. Now, isn't that lovely? Have beer shipped right to your home and don't have to go anywhere. All right, enjoy the video. Cheers to that. Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting international craft beer with Dr. Dave. Fantastic. Now for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights today. Now, this came to me in a beer shipment about a month ago, and I looked at it and I said, I never heard of that beer. Don't know how to pronounce it either. Gonna give it a shot though. Tucher. Tucher? I don't know, man. Hey, your guess is as good as mine. If you know, leave me a comment in the comment section, man. Tucher. Dunkles Hefeweizen. Well, I do know what Hefeweizen means. It means it's a wheat beer. No doubt about it. It's a wheat beer, and apparently it's from Nuremberg, Germany. And I wrote down the alcohol by volume so it would slip my mind. 5.2% alcohol by volume. And the date stamp on the bottom says this is good until February of 2024. It's a long way away, but it'll be here before you know it. Checks in at 5.2% alcohol by volume. And this is a 500 milliliter can, which is just a shade over 16 ounces here in the States. So let me put this can over here and open it quite slowly, of course. And you never know how these cans were treated in transit. So if you just want to pop open the top, you better be ready. We're going to use this lovely beer glass right here. Man, this will concentrate this. Now, when I saw this beer, I'm thinking it's a dark beer, but now I'm thinking maybe it's a light colored beer. Let's see what it's all about. Now, I was right. It's a dark beer. Yeah, it's a dark beer. Now you got to be careful how you pour this because it definitely is going to build up quite a bit of head. Oh, isn't that a lovely color? It's like a mahogany color. Isn't that beautiful? Right there where the glass is thinnest. Oh man, now on camera it looks much darker than what it is here in front of me. With a beige colored head. Let's go ahead and top it off. Let's pour it in slowly because if we don't, we'll have way too much foam. Well, it looks like we're going to have way too much foam anyway. All right, there we have it. Don't know if that's the perfect pour, but it's a lovely pour. Isn't it a lovely color? Oh man, I mean that's an enticing beer, isn't it? See what kind of aromas in here. Oh wait. Some nice toasted malt in there. Smells like a little bit of caramel in there too. Let's go ahead and drink this. But before we do, we got to thank the brewers in Germany for bringing this brew to America. Many thanks to the brewers there in Germany. And you at home, prost. Man, there's a lot going on in that beer. There's a lot of flavors going on in that beer. Wow. Man. Did I tell you that this is unfiltered? Well, it is. And wheat beers generally, I don't know about this one, but generally speaking, they have a pinch of yeast added at the bottling or canning process. So that would make this a live beer. And I think it is a live beer because that carbonation is really flowing up from the bottom. I don't think you can see it there because the beer is too dark. But unfiltered and bottle conditioned. Wow. Now, the secret, well, really not a secret, but the one thing you want to do with these beers is because it's unfiltered, you should refrigerate it. And in lieu of that, you should keep it in a cool, dark, dry place if you're not going to refrigerate it, if you don't have the room in your fridge, because unfiltered beers will go bad eventually. Yeah, you got to put them in a cool, dry place. Got to take care of them. You don't have to worry so much about the light because it's in a can, but you got to worry about the heat. Keep them as cool and dry as possible. You don't want to put it in some place where it's got high humidity. Man, it's got a little bit of caramel in, some faint chocolate. I mean, it is faint. It's not really up in your face, but some nice toasted malts in there. Man, that caramel. Oh man. See, if you don't treat beer like you would treat a wine, you're missing out on quite a bit because the people who drink wine have nothing on the people who drink beer these days. You can sit there and you can look at the beer and you can swirl it around in your glass and talk about the aromas. You can talk about the body. You can talk about all kinds of things on beer. Oh man. Now this would be a good dessert beer or in general a digestive. That is a beer to have after you're finished with your meal. And by the way, before I pour that up to the top, look at the lacing that's leaving. It's a lovely beer indeed. And I never heard of this beer, but when I got it, I just looked at the can and I said, Dunkles. Dunkles to me. Dunkles means dark. And I thought it was a dark beer. And it's not that dark though. I've seen much darker beers. But this is really a mahogany. It looks a lot darker on the camera than it does in front of me. I guarantee you. Now, if you look here right in the middle, right around this area, you can see that it's more of a mahogany. You can see, and it's kind of clear. You can see my finger through there, right? Now, this is a sipping beer, something you got to take your time with. And I tell you what, really good craft beer, especially from Germany, you don't want to rush through that. Why would you want to rush through a beer from Germany? Man, I'm telling you, the time and effort that they put into brewing beer, you want to enjoy all that liquid loveliness. If you just want to rush through a beer, we got plenty of American macro lagers that you can do with, 30 cans for $10. That's what you can rush through, but not this beer. You gotta take your time and enjoy it. Take your time, do it right. You got all night. Right. I've never had a beer from Germany ever. And I don't think I ever will. That I said, man, what is that? I would never say that about a beer from Germany. Not going to be able to pronounce that name, Tucher. Yeah, just not, I'm not going to get it. But it's a Dunkel Hefeweizen. Dunkel Hefeweizen. And I think that means it's all natural. I think that word there, nature rub, I don't know. Yeah, my German is not good. Yeah, man, I tell you what though, I know good beer when I taste it, and this is one right here. Life is short, man. Be happy. This is a full-bodied beer with a full-bodied mouthfeel and medium carbonation. And man, you will love this beer. There's not too much of anything in here. It's got just the right amount of everything, in my opinion. Very smooth and easy drinking, I'm telling you. Mm. Small quantities. Savor, savor, savor. Hey, until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers. Okay, everyone. As promised, Dr. Dave's going to tell you where he buys his beers and where you can buy them also. First on the list is rivalrybrews.com. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put the links in the description box for you. Rivalry Brews is a relatively new mail order place. It's based right here in Ohio, in Medina, and they are fantastic. I tell you what, when they first started, I got free shipping on all the beers. Now I think they charge me $2. $2 for 12 beers. That's fantastic. Now, as far as I know, they ship to the lower 48, but you might want to check the website on that. I can't be 100% sure, but the shipping is fast. The turnaround is fast, and if anything's wrong, they will fix it right away. I only had one issue with them, and they refunded half my purchase order, which I thought was more than fair. More than fair. So anyway, by the way, disclaimer, I don't get any money on any of this. I'm not affiliated with any of these beer companies. They don't know I'm doing this. I'm just telling you where to buy the beer. Now, one day I may be affiliated, and if I am at that point, I'll certainly let you know. So, Rivalry Brews, located right here in Ohio, they specialize in Ohio beers, beers from Pennsylvania and Indiana. So, if you want some good Ohio craft beer, that's a good place to start. The second one on my list, oh, I love this place. It's called Halftime Beer. Halftime Beer has two locations in New York State, Poughkeepsie, and I believe it's pronounced Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck. Yeah, don't quote me on that pronunciation. I tried my best. Yeah, anyway, they have more beer online than you could possibly look at in a day. I'm telling you, they have beer everywhere on that website. And all you have to do is go on there, make your selection, and have it shipped. Now, they do have gift boxes, which come with a really nice cooler. Yeah, and you can't beat it. It's $5 shipping on those special orders. Now, on the other beers, the shipping can get a little bit pricey, but I've never had an order for more than $20 shipping, which I think is really good for 12 bottles of beer. Now, if you get cans, it's less cost because it weighs less. And that's what costs the money is the weight and the size of the box. So, yeah, check them out. Now, I belong to two of their what's known as Beer of the Month Club. I'm in their German Beer of the Month Club, so I get 12 bottles from six different breweries, two of each, once a month. And there's a lot of beers in there that I've never heard of from Germany. I thought I had them all, not even close. And then I have the Around the World Beer Club, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's beers from all over the world. So far, I only got one beer that I didn't really like. It happens. It happens. And, you take your chances on that. But I got some beer from South Korea, of all places, South Korea. I thought it was really, really good. Now, last on the list, but not least, and I didn't put these in any particular order, it's the Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, they're out of San Diego, and they have a killer selection. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, talking about all this beer, I'm going to have one here. Mm, that's just a regular run of the mill Pilsner, German style, but it hits the spot on a day like this. Anyway, Best Damn Beer Shop. Woo! Now, their shipping, they require you to choose in lots of six. So you can get 6, 12, 18, 24 is the maximum. And their shipping is reasonable considering I'm on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. Yeah, the shipping is generally about $19 for a 12 bottle selection, which I don't think is a lot. $19? No, I don't think that's a lot. Now, the more beer you buy, the less money it's going to cost. That's just a fact of economics. So if you want to buy six beers, it's going to cost more to ship it than the 12. Hey, I don't make the rules, man. Just buy more beer. You save more money on shipping. What can I tell you? Yeah, but they're a great place, and so all three of those places, Rivalry Brews for Ohio beers, and then you have the Halftime Beverage, which is in New York. They have a selection on everything, and same thing with Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, if you want some West Coast beers that you can't find in your town, that's the place to buy them at. Last but not least, people always ask me, what is that on your beer glass? Well, I bought it at Amazon, Amazon.com. It's called a vacuum vin. Vacuum vin. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. And the inside of it is lined with special material. So what you do is you put this in the freezer, you let it sit overnight, and then you put your beverage in here, and it will maintain that beverage at around 38 degrees, which is really cold for a beer. But I like my Pilsners cold. Now, if you already have a beer that warmed up, put it in here and it'll bring it to the proper temperature, no doubt. And I said last, but I was mistaken. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Dr. Dave's beer glasses. Now, I did sell these a number of years ago when I had my other beer channel. And this is a new design, though. This is a different design. Now, I could sell these if there's enough interest in them, but I have to order them about 144 at a time. So I don't want to order them unless there's some real interest in them. Now, it's difficult to see on here, but it says Dr. Dave's cheap ass beer reviews. Yeah, it's not really going to come out that well there on the camera. But I would sell these at cost. Now, I'm not trying to make any money on them. I think it cost me 14.98 to have those made. So I would sell them at the same price. Now I don't know, the price could have gone up because I did buy those a few years back. So, but I would sell them at cost if anybody's interested. But like I said, I don't get any money off these links. There's no affiliate links here. I'm not making any money. I just wanted to let everybody know where I buy my beer so you could buy it too. Oh, and I almost forgot the Amazing Clubs Beer of the Month Club. Amazing clubs. I'll put all the links in the description box. Knock yourself out. Hey, thanks for watching, okay? And Dr. Dave says cheers to that.